Flipped Classroom. Today's lesson is on the logical appeal of pathos. When writers use an emotional appeal such as pathos, which means suffering in Greek, they're appealing to the reader's heart. They're choosing language or facts, quotations, examples, even images that evoke emotional responses. Take a look at these three below. The first one is an appeal from the ASPCA. You can see from the image of the dog's sad little eyes that it's touching our hearts to make us want to open our wallets. In the next picture, it's appealing to our emotions of happiness for this couple that has truly found love. And then there's the quotation. In the end, some of your greatest pain becomes your greatest strength. And you see that image of a nail breaking through. In each of these cases, the author is using pathos, touching the heart, which inevitably will touch the mind. But what happens to an argument without pathos? Well, it could seem cold and dehumanized. These are good for scientific studies where you don't want to have any bias. But in many cases, you need a combination. Let's take the case of hunting for baby sea lions. If a writer is opposed hunting seals for their fur, he might combine statistics about the numbers of seals killed each year and the overall population decrease with a vivid description of baby seals being slaughtered. This way, pathos is included to avoid the argument from seeming so detached, cold, and dehumanized. But there's always a question of, does pathos manipulate? Because the dishonest emotional appeals may alienate the audience. Sometimes arousing sympathy, pity, anger in order to convert someone's opinion without much logical evidence can backfire. For example, look at the picture of the dog. Unless someone like you cares a whole awful lot, nothing is going to get better. It's not. That kind of appeal may make the audience feel that they're generalizing, that everybody hates dogs, that everybody would treat a dog in a bad way, that people who crate their dogs, maybe because they're going to work or school and they don't want to mess in the house, are doing something cruel and evil. So sometimes pathos can go a little too far. Here's another example. Instead of basing an argument against a political candidate on pitiful images of these scrawny children living in squalor, a good writer would report the candidate's voting record on issues that affect children. In this case, the writer would rely less on pathos and a little bit more on one of the other types of logical appeals. Of those other types, there's logos, which is the appeal to logic, and ethos, the ethical appeal. Those are two alternatives to pathos, which is the appeal to the heart. Using pathos in the superpower essay is your next task. In essay number 1, you will be telling a story, a narrative, with an appeal to the reader's heart. In the story, you'll be telling how your superpower affects others. This should create a connection between you and the audience. The type of connection where the audience will respect you, admire you, and have overall positive feelings about you because you thankfully have this superpower. That will be the next step of your use of pathos. Thank you for joining me today in Flipped Classroom.